first car for the compact series, so coming into the pit is number 189, Cameron Welton.
No.
Cameron is driving a 2008 Toyota Corolla.
Welcome back to the kingdom, guys. How's it going? A lot of crap happened, so we're going to get to what happened. Alright guys, we never made it very far, as you can see. I don't have a whole lot of video content from it. My GoPro, I don't even think there's anything on it. We got into the pit. We made it into the pit and she died. Now over the whole weekend I was having nothing but problems. For some reason, every time I send a car over that highway, something goes wrong. This is the third year in a row now. Now I know it was my first year, wasn't too bad. Last year sucked completely because the car just, I don't know, was crap. This year, I learned a lot. I learned a lot actually, and one thing that we're going to tackle that I know is that the problem is my fuel setup. I am done with these inline fuel pumps. I know I've ran a Camry off this thing before. I've ran a Crown Vic off this thing before. I know it works when it wants to. So, what we're going to do, I ain't getting rid of that. That's coming out of it. We're getting rid of the inline. I'm going to take, actually it's back to my stuff, but I still have the stock fuel pump in the stock tank for this Camry. So what we're going to do, we're going to be taking this piece out. I was told to, you know, cut it and drop a fuel sending unit into it and silicone, but screw all that. I don't see that safe at all. As soon as you start cutting into these things, it just don't seem safe to me. It seems stupid. So what we're going to do, we're going to take this piece out. There's a tube in the bottom of it. We're going to connect a fuel line and my pump to that, and we'll drop it straight down into the tank. We'll keep our vent, and then we'll still just have the one line, but we'll have a factory Camry gas pump inside the tank. We're getting rid of the inline. We were having so much of a problem with it. She was just dumping fuel down into the block, so I ended up flooding her out. I changed the oil into it, and it did seem to make a little bit of a difference, but there was another thing that happened. And we're gonna bolt it. Okay, anyways, as I was saying, we're gonna change out the whole we're gonna change out the whole fuel setup. Back here, that's not supposed to do that. We have a busted trailing arm back there.
I'm not even sure when this happened. It might have been when I drove it down through the pit, or it might have happened with the come-alongs on the trailer. But yeah, it's completely busted away. So I'm gonna have to get that cleaned up, welded back together, and that should be fine. But other than that, I think other than the fuel setup, she'll be fine. It's just that inline fuel pump, I can't be messing around with those things anymore. The whole reason why I use them, because I didn't want to be down in the pit, lose a fuel pump, and then, you know, I got to take this all apart, take the fuel pump out of the gas. There's gas going everywhere. You're messing around. So I figured I'd try to take myself out of the equation by having an inline fuel pump. If the fuel pump gives out, let go of the lines, let go of the electrical, put a new one in there, put it back together easy as pie. But it's just not working out for me. So we're going to make ourselves up a new fuel cell, and this thing is going to be running in the Gander Derby. We're not giving up. I don't care. We are not giving up. We're definitely going to run in the Gander Derby. Another problem that we had, this side over here, as you could tell, my solid suspension on this side had busted off. The shock has collapsed, and it never really came back up. It never went all the way down. It stayed all the way down, which is a bonus. So we still got some height. Now this side, I obviously had done a lot better, because this side never buzzed. So my welds on the driver's side just wasn't good enough, but this side held up perfect. So I knows where I got to fix that too. Brakes, she don't have much brake, so I couldn't stop very well. So we're gonna have to rig up a brake up on this side, and I'm gonna see if I can try to get brakes on both sides up front. And then we should have a good running car this time. I do have to get her some new plug wires. I had a plug wire break off, and we tried to make up plug wires out of I think it was an old 305 plug wire. So right now I got half of a 2.24 cylinder plug wire in there, mounted up or tied up to a 305 plug wire for a V8, and it's not working, I don't think. Yeah, this weekend went bad really quick, really fast. As soon as we got the car there, I got the car there, she wouldn't start. I managed to get her going just enough to get her down off of the trailer, and everything just went downhill from after that. My gas was my major problem. I knew it was crappy gas because I had taken it out of my old tank. I figured it would have been fine, but when we took it up, or took some gas out of it to see what it looked just like orange juice. And I'd say there was a lot of rust in there. And I put 2 bottles of octane booster in the tank before we left Thursday. Yeah, before we left Thursday, and I figured that would have helped out perfect. 2 bottles of octane booster, plus, I did have it mixed with, some fresh gas, but I guess maybe just the rust deposits might have messed it up completely. I'm hoping I didn't screw up an injector. I hope not. But with an upcoming couple weeks, we are going to find out exactly what's going on with this. I don't have a whole lot of content from the Derby itself, because I spent 7 hours Friday, just after dinner, up until later on in the night, trying to figure out why she wouldn't run. We got her running, so I gave up. The next morning, because there was so many people picking at it and trying so many different things, all of my fuel cells and everything was everywhere, scattered towards the car. There was pieces broken off that I had to make up. Like, this wasn't even zip tied down originally, and I had a piece put over here, but somebody come out and broke it all off, so I had to source out another one of these brackets out in the sticks and drill myself out a new hole so I could put it all back together so it was clamped down properly. And it was just a racket. It was just a racket. I was trying to get great help, but it was too many people trying to help at the one time, and too many suggestions going on at the one time, and it just turned into a big mess. So even though it was a good weekend, I had lots of fun, even though I was kind of stressed out. The missus had a great time. She got to see her first derby. She got to have a ride in her first derby car, even though it wasn't running the best. She got to see, you know, a whole new, different side of Newfoundland, I guess, which is great because she's not from here. And yeah, it was a good time, guys. And I want to give a big shout out to Mr. 24 Matthew Penny for getting my car over there and back. It was a bit of a struggle because of how it was running, but I really appreciate it. I wouldn't have been able to do it without him. And yeah, it's just unfortunate how this went. I thought I had a good running car this time. And I mean, it's not like I'm just saying it because I had posted videos of how good this thing was running. I mean, you guys seen it. You guys know how good it was running compared to my last year's vehicle. But what I'm thinking, well, I put that crappy gas in the tank. The car had sat here for a couple weeks, so all the dirt and rust went down to the bottom of the tank. And when it was just being moved here and whatnot, it wasn't really shaking around too much, but being on the back of a truck, being on the back of a car hauler for 4 hours over the highway, doing like, you know, probably 100, 110 the whole time, you're stirring up everything that's in this fuel cell, all the rust deposits, all the dirt, all the water that was in it, and now you're putting all that mixture through your fuel lines, and I'm thinking that's what caused this. I'm thinking that's what really caused this. It's not even so much of the inline pump. Maybe it might be something to do with it. It's 10 years old. This is the crap I was pushing through it. So I mean, you know, eventually it was going to give out, and I'd say this is what's happening, and it's giving out. But yeah. Anyways, we got a built car for Gander. Once again, like Smash Up, there wasn't, you know, there was some nice cars there, but I mean, you know, you're not getting too built like the big cars yet, but this is something that Gander's never seen, so we'll try her again. We're not giving up. This is my last summer here in Gander, and I'm still impressed with this car yet. So it's just some minor technical difficulties, boys. We'll get through it. We got a built car. Now we just have to tune it. And I wish somebody did tune those ECUs, but unfortunately nobody does that yet. Maybe they don't. Maybe they never will. Maybe I could try to start it. Who knows? But anyways, guys, we'll be keeping you updated within the next few weeks before the Gander Derby, and we'll try her again. We'll get some stuff fixed, and maybe we'll take the hose to it and touch up the paint job again or something, and we'll get her all tuned up. We'll get a new fuel system rigged up. We'll get this trailing arm welded back together, and we'll try it again. Until then, guys, stay tuned. I am going to put up some of the footage that I do have from Smash Up, and I'm getting some GoPro footages sent to me. And please check out 235 Firefly YouTube channel. They're going to have some awesome content of the whole derby, every round. He is very professional and knows what he's doing, and I can't wait to see it come up. And just give him a little bit of time and give him a chance to do some editing magic, and in a couple of days you guys will have some awesome content to watch, I promise. And yeah, stay tuned. Anyways, guys, keep building, stay safe, keep positive, have a good one.